Clearly, all it takes is one geek doing something stupid, and you've got a whole bunch of lemmings who are willing to jump off a cliff with you.
At first glance this seems insane, but the computer keyboard in the dishwasher advice is all over the internet. And don't we wish it were true? My keyboard is an old no-name that's encrusted with a kind of mysterious black grime, so I thought, well, why not try my dishwasher? I was encouraged to do this by my local video club, who only wanted clean movies. Vice President Bruce told me,
I didn't want to throw away my keyboard. It was perfect, until I spilled Coke all over it.
His keyboard came with his beloved first computer. It was one of those stylish keyboards made of transparent plastic. You could see the grime inside. And it was getting unbearably gross and sort of sticky. That's when one of his friends said, hey, why don't you just use the dishwasher? Bruce found the idea oddly compelling.
He said it as if it were intuitively obvious, something he had done many times before. He had in fact never done it, but he had that authoritative voice as some geeks get, where you just have to believe them.
So I ran the experiment. I put the keyboard on the top rack, cord and all. I used a little soap and hit normal wash. I didn't want to hard scrub it. Bruce told me it was an excruciating wait. I felt the same way as my dishwasher glugged and groaned. Finally, it quietened down and I heard a hiss as the drying cycle started. Bruce had suggested that the heat might not be a good thing, so I opened the door. Steam came out, my keyboard felt almost too hot to touch, it was dripping water, and it was absolutely spotless. But forget how it looks. According to Microsoft's Sean Butterworth, I had just made a big mistake.
We do not recommend putting our keyboards, or any keyboards for that matter, in a dishwasher. What will cause the problems first is the short-circuiting in the wiring.
Butterworth should know. At Microsoft's hardware division, people check out every possible thing that might harm a keyboard.
We test with everything, from cookie crumbs, lint, salt and pepper, hair. We even create a special solution we call artificial sweat with a little added dandruff.
They've also submerged keyboards in plain water.
And that gets you relatively close to what it would be like if you put it through the dishwasher.
I was just hoping my keyboard wouldn't have to be replaced. After its ordeal in the dishwasher, I let it air dry for a week. Then I plugged it in and started to type. I tested the spacebar, the return key, all the numbers and letters. It seemed perfect. Still, my fellow washers like Bruce point out that we may never really know. His keyboard also seems fine. Bruce says, honestly, there are some keys that he hasn't ever hit, like the F6 key. He doesn't really know if that key works. For him, it's good enough. But if you've got a fancy keyboard with all kinds of bells and whistles you can't live without, you may not want to try this one at home.